We had a question earlier today. A lot of whale breaches on the show tonight. Should I explain? Yeah, I'll explain the whale breach. We have enough new viewers. I don't think I have, keep it up, Bradley. I don't think I have a sinus infection. I don't have sinus issues or anything like that. However, what we have found in the fall and the spring is sometimes I get a little congested during the show. I don't know, like it's just kind of like a drainy feeling a little bit. It's not terrible. I'm not asking people to feel sorry for me, but what happens is in lieu of taking 10-second pauses, which is like death in podcast world and in content production world, in lieu of doing that, I just kind of go so I can clear my nasal passages. For a long time, I thought no one could hear it. And then some guy came in the live chat one day and said, "Why are you making the sound of a whale breaching the surface of the ocean?" Which I thought was a little extreme. And now everybody calls it that. It's become one of the worst inside jokes on the show. And unfortunately tonight, I think we're about a dozen whale breaches deep, no end in sight. And that has nothing to do with the question that's about to be asked by Jimmy. I just wanted to explain, if you're listening on podcast, or maybe like your husband or boyfriend is listening and you just happen to be along for the ride and you think something's wrong with the audio. No, Mitch didn't screw up the podcast feed. That's just your boy breaching. Whale breach. Jimmy from Oklahoma City said, "How did the idea of doing a show with Bussin' with the Boys even come together? Did you guys know each other already? Will the show continue in 2026? Good question. I didn't know anyone cared. I knew of Will and Taylor for a while. You know, they did play in the National Football League after all. They did play at Michigan and Nebraska, respectively. I'm not a savage. I knew who they were. I didn't know them personally until I think we met in Eugene, Oregon, at the Ohio State-Oregon game 2 years ago. It's a great game, awesome atmosphere. Now, I had, like me and Will had talked digitally, ran into Taylor one time at the airport, and nothing happened there. Nothing happened there. So Compton and I had talked for a little while, but then we met each other 2 years ago up in Eugene, hit it off immediately. And we're both FanDuel partners, and so FanDuel would ask constantly, "Why don't you guys do anything together?" And we're like, "Well, say no more." Like, it's a very, very easy concept to sell us on. So the concept of doing the Wednesday Locker Room show came together. We were kind of looking for a reason to do something, and there's the reason, voila. So what you want to do in life is you want to come up with good ideas and get someone else to pay for it. It's the whole strategy of pretty much everything we do. So, quick 5-second timeout. Check and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. It keeps it free. We love you. All right, back to the show. We did it every Wednesday. It was awesome. It was like the most fun that we had all week. At least I can speak for myself. They seem to have enjoyed it. And that kind of grew and grew and grew throughout the year. As for whether it will continue in 2026, oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Maybe even bigger and better. There are rumors, after all. And whomst am I to confirm or deny? I can confirm that the rumors exist. That's what I can confirm. But let me tell you, so for those of you who watched the show, you kind of picked up on this. There's a weird thing that happens in media, and I've been in it in some shape, form, or fashion for like not quite 15 years, but closer to 15 years than 10 years, like 13 years. And I've done it with no one listening and no one watching. I've done it with a few people listening and watching. I've done it with a lot of people listening and watching. We've done TV, we've done podcasts, we've done radio, we've done all that stuff. And I've done local news, I've done local sports. I've worked with a lot of people. Here's what's crazy about media that you would never know until you work in it. The people you get along with, the people you like, you don't automatically have chemistry with. Sometimes you love a dude, and then you're on air with him, and there's no chemistry. It's like oil and water. And then here's what really will blow your mind. There'll be another dude you can't stand, and then you're on air, and you just click. So what you want to find is the sweet spot, which is obviously find people you love who you click with on air. That is an extremely rare and extremely valuable commodity in our line of work. And like, I got it with those guys. So you just want to build a fence around that and maintain it as long as possible and grow it as big as you can. And ESPN gave us the opportunity to do that this year. And we're really, really, really excited about what we could do with it in this year and years to come. But that was really fun because I'm just telling you, I've been in both positions. I've been in positions where I want to have on-air chemistry with someone and it's just not there. And then there's another person, you almost hate that you have chemistry with them. But then every so often, you get put in a room. You don't ever have to rehearse it. You don't ever have to get to know them. You don't ever have to practice it. Truthfully, you can't practice chemistry. You either have it or you don't. And it flows so freely. And it's like you go from a salmon swimming upstream to just, that salmon just hits the reverse button. He just turns it around 180s and he just flows. That's kind of how it feels. So yeah, I don't think you've seen the last of that show. Studies show that a majority of our audience that leaves the house wears clothing. At least something is in your closet. Whether you choose to wear it or not, that's your business, and we're not trying to change your lifestyle at all. What I am saying is if you are one of those people who does wear shirts or does wear pullovers or does wear hats, humbly, PateStateMaterial.com is there for you. Got new items over there that I didn't even know about. I was perusing last week because I was about to send someone something. Yes, I buy stuff out of our own store. No freebies here. And I saw like 5 shirts that I knew we conceptualized them. I didn't know that they had uploaded them into the store. But that's Alex for you. She never sleeps. So PateStateMaterial.com is there for your convenience. And no wardrobe is complete without it. That's what some people are saying, at least. FanDuel right now, as you see, the exclusive odds provider of the show. FanDuel equips us with, well, that information's publicly available, but FanDuel also equips us with a lot of context that helps, during very, very interesting times during the college football season when so-and-so would be favored on a neutral field, and then we get called out for it, and then FanDuel says, no, actually, they're right. They would be favored. And then the dude who was criticizing us and calling us a liar just says, well, doesn't matter. Games aren't played on point spreads. They're played on the field. And I'm like, we know. We never suggested anything other than that. Anyway, FanDuel keeps their hands clean on that. That's us. We traffic in the mud on those sorts of arguments. But right now, new signups over there, of course. You're a new signup. You bet $5. If you win your first bet over there, you get $100 in bonus bets. Jesse suggested maybe some baseball futures today. Pittsburgh Pirates. I don't know what the win total is this year. No, it's just under. Apparently just under. Don't even know what the number is. It's really responsible. But you got March Madness coming up. You got conference tournaments coming up. You got college football futures you can hit right now. I'm not going to say the options are endless. There is eventually an end to them, but you can go for quite a while over there.